There's Elton Yankees, just the last bit of moisture, and the Michael House boy I mentioned there, Guy Currie, coming out. Of course, he came through the Sharks structures after school before transferring up to Johannesburg. Derek Minnie in charge of the side, and interestingly enough, of course, he was part of the Sharks side that went on tour in Super Rugby earlier this year.
And big boots to fill as the captain, with the 8th man having fallen out due to injury. Hugo Kloppers was outstanding last week in that defeat to the Free State. Out for Robert de Bruyn, making his debut this afternoon, a promising youngster with lots and lots of talent.
Robert de Bruyn is 22 and Guy Currie is 23, so they would have been at Michael House with just a year between them. There's the shark of the day, Andrew. He's at school in Penzance. I don't mean Cornwall. Jean Daisel looking focused. And you just saw Hymer Williams coming out there, Affy's boy, who, as Sean Everett mentioned, has come through their structures and they've fancied him as a good one for a long time. Jacques Boitis will be leading the side. He's well past 100 caps in both Super Rugby and Absa Currie Cup Rugby, and there is Hymer Williams, man I just mentioned.
One area of the game the Sharks need to tighten up is the breakdown. They were heavily penalised. Marco Wenzel coming in with that experience, having 2 test matches for the Springboks, but they would have looked to have rectified that after last week's defeat.
Ben Krause is our referee today. The assistants are Stuart Berry and Ruben Rousseau, and the TMO is Dion van Bloemestein. So it will be the Sharks playing from left to right on your screens in the black jerseys.
Captain, white.
And we're ready for this Absa Currie Cup Premier Division match to get underway. Sharks against the Lions at Growth Point, Kings Park.
Captain Black.
Andrew James, known to the world as Butch, starts the encounter. Straight away, dipping the shoulder, taking the hit, and setting up good ball for Guy Currie. First touch for Elton Yankees, and the lateral pass didn't really do any favours to Jakub Kriel there. Marnix Borsov standing in the fly half channel. Oh dear, Butch James will not be happy about that.
Poor start by the Sharks. It wasn't the greatest of kickoffs. Chris van Zyl did also well to take it in. And unfortunately, Butch James just knocking that one on. But the Lions, they've got the nicety of a right and left-footed kicker this afternoon in Marnix Borsov and Elton Yankees.
Butch James just goes to show, no matter how experienced you are, you still need to do the basics. Keep your eye on the ball. And if the Lions get themselves in scoring position here, he'll be feeling even more embarrassed.
Not too much in it in the front row. 7 kilograms separating the two sides, and again, it's pretty even Stevens in that tight 5.
Jacques van Rooyen on this side, up against Vian Herbst, very highly rated tight end prop, coming through the ranks.
Well, a good attacking position early on for the Lions. They've got a nice blind side to work with. Dion Helberg, he's got express pace.
Yeah, Sevens player, of course.
Crouch. Bind. Set. Stay.
I do believe that ball went straight into the tunnel.
1 inch. 1 inch.
Looks like the Sharks have come up offside there, and the advantage being played. And look at this for a run. Storming stuff from Derek Minnie. Within 5 metres of the line now. In comes Willie Brits to help out. The referee has seen another penalty now, right in front of the post.
When you play. Relax.
Well, we touched on it earlier on.
They've taken it quickly. Willie Brits was well policed there. It was Hymer Williams who made the important tackle. Now, I wonder whether the Lions might regret not taking the 3 points there. Guy Currie is controlling possession now.
Use.
And once again, Hymer Williams has come flying through. Did he knock it on? No signal from the assistant referee, and so the Lions have got another opportunity to use it.
step back.
Derek Minnie is held in the air. Trying to rumble across the Sharks line here. Not happening, so Currie goes in to dig it out. And ball in the air, use it or lose it. The Sharks have managed to salvage something from that.
Blood black.
Poor
6,
option
please.
taking by the Lions right in front of the poles. Take your points early on, get the ascendancy in this Currie Cup fixture. But unfortunately, they opted for the tap and go, and they've ended up with nothing. There you see Derek Minnie just being surrounded by those black and white jerseys. Good work there by SP Murray.
Set him on.
Got Minnie onto his back, and they've turned him over for the Sharks to relieve from well inside their own half.
Brainard Stander has got a little bit of claret coming out. So Terra and Tenbu takes the field from a Dale College pupil.
Let's go.
And of course, Dale College on our screens tomorrow up against Queen's College down in King Williamstown.
Bobby Kempson will be an interested spectator, I'm sure. He'll be representing Queens, and Gubani Bobo will be representing Dale. So he went before then going on to Cape Town, play for Rondebosch.
Crouch. Bind. Set. Up. Yes.
Shah McLeod with the feed.
Stay.
It's a
Stay
good
10.
solid scrum from the Sharks. They didn't see too many of those last week. Lovely stepping from Heimer Williams, who's got into this game quickly.
Maul.
McLeod finding James.
Right, black 7. Black 7 back. 19
Well
back.
in touch, and
19.
it's taken in by
Advantage.
Anthony Fulming. Oh, attempted drop goal there from Marnitz Borsov.
No advantage.
I
19
think
in
he
front
knew
and
that the
advancing.
referee had called penalty
And 13.
advantage.
Well, Marnitz Borsov, he shaped for that drop kick, and unfortunately just skewing off the side of the boot. But it's given the Lions an opportunity
Penalty holds. 19.
to have a kick at goal. And the infringement came from the man advancing in front of the players and not putting them on side. So an opportunity for Elton Yankees to put the Lions ahead in this game.
Yes, here he is. When Elton first came on the scene 3 seasons ago, he went through a purple patch where he kicked something like 22 out of 23 in senior rugby. That seems a long time ago now, Gareth.
Well, he's had a mixed bag of emotions. Unfortunately for him, his dad passed away, and that's played heavily on his conscience this season. But let's hope that he can regain that form that put him into the green and gold jumper last year. He's got a little bit of a wind to contend with. He's got to start it just inside that right hand upright and bring it back from right to left.
That's what Gareth Wright is talking about. The style based on Percy Montgomery. And that's perfect. So the Lions, having turned down a kick in front of goal at the second bite, they've decided to put points on the board, and they've done so successfully. 3-0. We've had 6 minutes. The Sharks really haven't been too far outside their own territory in this game. Anthony Fulmick is dumped unceremoniously. The Yankees pushing it through the forwards first of all. It's a good tackle from Jean Daisel. It's available though for Cronier, and Yankees grabs it out of the air. SP Murray does well. There's the fullback skills in evidence from the former Kings man. And Shah McLeod gives to Butch James. And there's the first real touch for Marco Wenzel. A little bit upright going into the tackle to clean out from the Sharks. And the penalty in front of the posts.
Good play by the Sharks. They managed to put the ball through a few phases, put a little bit of pressure on that Lions defence.
Your arms involved, okay? That was good.
Jaco Creel not rolling away. He did also well to hold up Marco Wenzel initially, but when he went to ground, he just managed to get himself on the wrong side of the play. And being penalised for not rolling away. An opportunity for James to level up the scores here in Durban.
Highly rated young player, Jaco Creel. Butch James lining up the kick. .34 years old, and one of two 34-year-olds in the Sharks side today, the other one being Marco Wenzel. Just looked a little anxiously after it, but he's sneaked it inside the uprights. It's 3 each, about 8.5 minutes.
Butch James adding to those 1,037 career points, getting the Sharks on the board. Brad McLeod-Henderson will be sitting a little bit easier after that opening clash with this Lions side.
Yes, I actually mentioned in commentary that they hadn't spent much time in the Lions half, and what they did do was, as soon as they got there, they put points on the board. Yankees opts to go down the middle. James is underneath it.
White one. Okay.
Here's Marnitz Borsov. He's got the Yankees with him.
Move out wide.
Sean McLeod has taken that in the air for the Sharks, and then good drive on him from Edwin Hewitt, the former Griquas player. Well, the Sharks have got numbers on this left-hand side. Louis Ludik trying to straighten the line, takes it to the 10. And Tera Mtembu releases the charging Kyle Cooper. Jean Daisel with the rip. Lions must beware of the offside line.
Run out wide.
James throws the long miss out to that man Daisel. He's a wrecking ball. Now it's taken on by Marco Wenzel. James, has he threaded the needle? Not quite. Oh, that's clever play. And now the charge coming from Fulming, and he has got gas. He's going to go all the way here. That's going to be an outstanding score from their own goal line. Anthony Fulming released by a wonderful pass from Marnitz Borsov, and the try under the posts.
What a turnaround by the Lions. Deep inside their own half. It was a chip into space by Butch James, but it was a wonderful pass by the fullback Marnitz Borsov, who put Anthony Fulming into space. He pinned his ears back. He had more gas than anybody else on the field, and he's got in for the first try of the afternoon.
Well, when we saw it from that angle, you saw what Fulming saw, which was, if I beat Butch James, there's nobody else.
And it just opened up like the Red Sea. Yankees adding the extras, and it's put the Lions into a healthy 10-3 lead. Off the right foot, cracked on the pace, pinned his ears back, catch me if you can, and over he goes, Anthony Fulming. Great start for the Lions.
23-year-old from Bredasdorp, and they love that on the bench. So just as was the case against Griquas last week, the Sharks falling behind early. Oh, that's well controlled in the end, isn't it? The support man for Chris Van Sale made sure that he didn't fall on his head. Good stepping. Jaco Creel has been penalised. I think there was a man on his feet.
Well, the Lions showed a willingness to run it from deep inside their own 22-meter area. And unfortunately, they got caught at the breakdown. Jaco Currie took it in, holding on. Good work by Jean Daisel. On his feet, he has all the rights to the ball. Good decision by the referee. And it's given Butch James an opportunity to reduce this lead.
Yes, Jean Daisel's not just about being a battering ram. He does have the skills on the ground as well.
And of course, he's played 4 test matches for South Africa, as well as representing the Lions. So he knows the majority of the players on the opposition.
James, he'll be feeling as if he owes this to the side after that little chip over the top ended up in a try at the other end. It is good, and the Sharks now trail 10-6.
Well, Elton Yankees at the previous restart split the kickoff, put it down the centre of the field. Needs a little bit more height on his kick for it to be a contestable one.
This time he's gone a little bit shorter. It's taken by Wenzel. I think that's the sort of thing that the Sharks were looking from Wenzel. Just a senior man in the lock position to control things like restart kicks. Now the driving maul is split up. Jacques Boertes gets hammered to the turf, but made sure that he hung on to the ball. It's turned over now. It's gone forward though from a Lions hand.
Forward and knocked by White forward.
Well, it was a fantastic restart by the Lions, but well taken by Wenzel. They set up the drive, worked their way upfield onto their own 10-meter line, and you expected them to clear their lines. Instead, they opted to try and run it out of defence and have conceded another turnover.
Crouch. Bind. Set. Up. Yes, lead.
Sean McLeod with the feed. Big shove this time from the Lions, but the counter shove is good, and suddenly it opens up for McLeod. Oh, he was taken out there by Anthony Fulming. The referee has allowed play to continue though, and now here goes Marnitz Boshoff again. He's causing havoc.
Leave it.
Guy Crinier with the clear. Yankees taking his man on. And the penalty goes the way of the Sharks.
That side.
The side entry penalty given away by the Lions, but
12 White.
Brendan Fenter, the director of rugby here at the Sharks, will be somewhat concerned at their defensive lines at the moment. They're coming up in 1s and 2s, meaning that they're netting and defence and allowing the Lions to run at them with purpose. Good run by Boshoff, and just the side entry by the debutant De Bruyn, giving the penalty away. Butch James has put in a useful touch finder just outside that 22-meter area of the Lions.
Sharks have pulled Jean Daisel out of the line out and put him amongst the pod of players in midfield. You'll see him just now. There he is, the ball carrier. And he never really got into a low enough body position there, and so the momentum was sapped. Here goes James, a little floated pass to Odwa Ndungane. Quickly available for McLeod, and that's a good run from Edwin Hewitt. Now it's starting to open up on this left-hand side. Heimer Williams has got good hips. Odwa Ndungane, a little bit isolated. Lots of white jerseys in front of him, but look at that for a leg drive. Just 10 metres out now, the Sharks, and Billy Britz almost thought that Billy Britz was going to be penalised for not rolling away there, but instead the penalty goes the other way.
I think the Sharks have been hard done by there. Billy Britz lying on the wrong side of the ball, and all you ask for as a player is consistency, and I think the referee's got that one wrong. Good work by the Sharks initially. They got the momentum. Great leg drive by Ndungane. Billy Britz holding him up, but he's gone to ground.
There you go.
However, he's managed to win his side, the scrum.
Yes, I said penalty. It is in fact a turnover ball for use it or lose it in the maul.
There we see the first half possession stakes the Sharks well ahead on 64% to that of 36 by the Lions.
Sit. Stay there. Stay there. Yes. Stay there, 9.
It was almost some old-fashioned rugby there. I definitely saw Martin Besaidenote hook the ball.
Wait.
And that's in touch.
Good efficient play by the Lions. They've swapped Yankees and Marnitz Boshoff around, giving Boshoff the opportunity to clear the Lions on the right-hand side of the field. He represented the Bulls at junior level, and he's kicked on nicely at the Lions this season.
It's always looked a good player, but the Bulls contract so many players these days that it's difficult for them all to play. Oh, he's thrown another one to Anthony Formick, and this is try number 2 for the flying winger from the Lions.
Well, Anthony Formick, he's having a field day this afternoon. He read it like a book. Predictable move by the Sharks. And it was the floated pass from the debutant centre, Haimar Williams, into the hands of the flying Formick. And away he went for his second try of the afternoon. The Lions are breathing due to the Sharks' mistakes in this game.
Well, there are days when it happens for you. You must celebrate those days because it doesn't happen all the time. The Yankees should have no trouble with this. And it's another 7-pointer for the Lions, and they now lead it by 17 points to 6, and we've only had 19 and a half minutes.
Here's the pass from Haimar Williams. He just fell away on it. It managed to get enough trajectory into the hands of the flying left winger. And he's got in for his second of the afternoon.
Well, he's originally a Boolander. He's been up with the Lions a couple of seasons now, and it's one of those players who gets better and better each time you see him, which is always good. Chris Van Sale, once again, just timing his jump a little wrong, but he has managed to hang on to the ball, and now Yankees floats it across to Boshoff, and that left-right boot combination that Gareth Wright mentioned is working very well for the Lions. Now, here's Butch James, and Ndengani looking to make himself a target for the next phase. Good quick ball, Ludik to Daisel, and then out on the left wing. That's a first touch for Luazi and Vovo. Sharks need to come back quickly after going 2 tries down. Haimar Williams with the flat ball this time, and that's a good timed run from Louis Ludik. Quickly available, here goes Daisel, so strong. He's got that ball away to Edwin Hewitt as well. Quickly available again, and Daisel proving very difficult to stop around the fringes. This is a really good drive from the Sharks. They've got to keep it accurate. Taken on by Van Herbst. Here's Daisel again, his third carry of the movement.
Stay here.
McLeod has a go. Just a couple of metres short. Jacques Bortus looking for another one.
Stay there.
Oh, going over backwards. I think Brainerd Standard has scored a good try there, and the referee agrees.
Right time for the Sharks. The try scorer, Brainerd Standard.
We'll mark that down to Jean Daisel. Outstanding work. He was involved in the movement 3 times, and this is the finish by Brainerd Standard. He swiveled in the tackle from Derek Minnie, and he's got over the whitewash. The Sharks are back in this game.
One of 2 Westville boys in the side, the other one being Del Chadwick. That's a super score from the 23-year-old. Another one who's come all the way through the junior structures at the Sharks. And they have Butch James to reduce the gap by a further 2 points. The crowd that has come in for this game has had plenty of entertainment in the first quarter. There we go, it's 17-13 in favour of the Lions.
The deficit now, 4 points.
Reinhard Stander close to the line. He managed to get the pick and go, worked with the legs, swiveled in the contact, and over he went for his side's first try of the afternoon.
Well, there's the two men, the one who made it and the one who finished it. He gets things going again. James all on his own. And that's well taken by Manis Borsov. Good tackle from Espinoret. Looked like Kyle Cooper who got a boot on that. Retreating is Jacques van Rooyen, and he's done very well. Now back from Premier to Yankees. That's an interesting little banana kick from Yankees into space, taken by Jacques Boertes. He does well to stay on his feet. Good stepping from the captain as well. Better stuff from the Sharks. James. Wenzel gives it to Heimer Williams. He's quick as this lad. Gets it as far as the 10. Daisel's there as the link man. And this is much better stuff from the Sharks. Odwin Dungani pokes it off the left foot, and Borsov takes it into touch.
Well, it's those aimless kicks that are causing the Lions headaches in the last few moments. A poor option by Elton Yankees. Opted for the banana kick instead of putting it into space behind Jacques Boertes. He's ended up deep inside his own 22-meter area. And good play by the Sharks, putting the ball through phases. And Odwin Dungani had the presence of mind to put it on the boot and turn the Lions around.
Yes, he did indeed come out of the border, as you saw on your screens there. Played for Border at Craven Week, went to Hudson Park.
And of course represented South Africa in 9 test matches, as well as his brother, Kona and Dungani.
Yes, let's not forget that.
Well, then shot is Chris van Zyl making his debut today. He's been impressive in the opening 25 minutes.
Cooper's front ball won by Hewitt, and now the Sharks trying to get the driving maul going. Deep inside the Lions 22. Reinhard Stander complaining that he's being sacked from an offside position. The ball has been ripped away from the Sharks try scorer, and Jakob Creel gets it going forward. The referee says penalty to the Lions.
Steve, what was the number? 2. 2 off feet and playing the ball.
Well, the Sharks just opted for the driving maul from the line-out. They didn't set well enough. They allowed the Lions to come through the middle and spoil it. And they look just a little bit bereft of ideas on attack here, do the Sharks. Contesting the ball on the floor was Kyle Cooper. Unfortunately, he went off his feet. Conceded yet another penalty at the breakdown. It's becoming an Achilles heel for this black and white outfit.
Yes, I think it's an area where they certainly miss Keegan Daniel, who's a real expert at those breakdown points. Not straight.
Not in straight. Jacques, come on out. Come on.
Martin Bissay there, I think was with the Stormers during Super Rugby.
Indeed he was. That ball not going down the middle of the line-out, on the outside of Derek Minnie's arm. And it's a great attacking position for the Sharks. Remember, the scrum off's on the far side of the scrum, which gives them an extra man in attack. And hopefully they'll bring some block runners into place and get the ball into Luwazi and Volvo's hands.
Bind. Set. Stay there. Yes, 9.
Jacques van Rooyen is taking strain on this side of the scrum. That's a brilliant scrum from the Sharks. Jacques Boertes couldn't hang on to it eventually. The penalty is given.
Well, great work by Vian Herbst, one of the more underrated tight heads in this country. He got the hit on his loose head Van Rooyen, and they powered through the scrum.
Tap and go from Butch James, releasing the flying Luwazi and Bobo. He takes it to the 22. McLeod, Cooper. Starting to open up on this right-hand side. They're calling for it out wide. SP Murray is the man who had his arm in the air, and he's the man who arrives at the ruck now. Here goes Jaime Williams. Now Odwin Dingani getting very involved from fullback, as you would expect.
The advantage of side, 7
Daisel
white.
with the one-handed little pass to his left.
7 white.
And this time
Fly,
the
that's the
referee has
mark.
given another penalty. It's taken
One is
quickly
knocked
by
in.
Charles McLeod. McLeod getting very close. He's done very well to keep that ball in play, and eventually it is out, and the referee will bring them back.
Surely you have to kick a goal here.
Not
You've
there.
been out of the game for large
That was
parts
you
of this
offside.
first half.
Half a step, please.
Reduce the deficit to
Now
1
wait.
point.
Yeah, I'll wait.
Regroup.
Okay, we're gonna go for scrum. Our first weight. Time is still off for your shoelace and blood.
Here's the infringement. The Lions offside, just out of the blocks too quickly. And the Sharks have opted for a scrum. Here we see Sean McLeod. He's been rather industrious in this first half as McLeod.
So the penalty was advanced 10 metres.
Getting on the field, so we use this opportunity.
And don't forget that straight after this game, we'll be going to Loftus, the Blue Bulls against Griquas. And then tomorrow, Western Province against the Cheetahs, and that will be the game that immediately follows the test match in Johannesburg between South Africa and Argentina.
No penalties, no penalties.
Sean Daisel, who's probably been the man of the first half hour of this game. Went to Henty Cilliers, born in Virginia.
What he does so well, Jean Dazel, he carries with aplomb. He's got great presence of mind, and he is a real stalwart on defence. He works hard in the contact, an asset to the Shark side. There you see him again carrying well in contact. He contests for the ball on the ground. And of course, early on, he contributed to the Sharks' try by carrying 3 times in the movement.
And he's become a senior player very quickly. That seems an odd thing to say, but not so long ago he was like an emerging youngster, and now he's very much one of the important men in the side.
And a hard man. At the forefront of every collision, you'll see Jean Dazel sticking his hand up saying, give the ball to me. There's Chris Van Zyl. He's taken
Okay, let's go, gents.
a few hard knocks in the first half.
Looks like he's had a big one on the hooter there. His old man Mike played here for the old Natal when they were the Banana Boys.
Referring to him as 2 meter Mike. And of course, Anton Van Zyl represented Western Province and the Stormers, and now plying his trade down at Stade Francais in Paris.
Also,
Bind.
Anton played for the Barbarians a couple of times, and I know that the Barbarians top brass were very impressed by him as a gentleman. Now the penalty goes the way of the Sharks. I wonder whether they'll take the points now.
Well, the Lions are catching some serious heat at scrum time.
Captain, option. Scrum.
Jacques van Rooyen will have to be careful. He's been penalised
Stay off
twice
your arm.
at the last 2
Yeah,
scrums,
that's good.
and if it happens again, he could be finding himself spending 10 minutes in that sin bin.
Remember, ear to ear, gentlemen.
So once again, the Sharks have turned down the option of 3 points.
Bind.
They want 5. They
Set.
feel they have the
Stay there.
ascendancy in the scrum,
Yes,
and they
9.
want to make it count. Sean McLeod with the feed and looking for the 8-man drive. Shark Wouters holding on well at the back there.
Steady.
This is the position he began his senior rugby in. He's been playing 6 for a long, long time now, though. Sean McLeod did brilliantly there. And look at the stepping from SP Murray. He's eventually in touch. Ball was the veritable hot potato.
Well, I feel that the Sharks have been hard done by there. They had the heat at scrum time. It was Sean McLeod. He managed to get his pass away to SP Murray, but stoic defence by the Lions close to their own line.
Sadenhope with the feed. Oh, it's gone straight over the top to Jean Daisel. Can he go over the line? Oh, he's half a metre short.
Stay on, stay
McLeod has a look. Gives it to Stander.
Leave it!
Well, they've got an overlap if they can get this ball out to the left.
Stay on the line, stay on!
They don't look interested in that. They're going to take it through the forward. Jacques Buertes pops it out. Daisel with the scoop pass. Jaime Williams! Can he score on debut? He's over the line. Has he got it down? The referee says yes! And the Sharks are in front. Well, Stuart Berry, the assistant referee, who is senior man amongst the trio on the field, has said, just have a look at it, let's make sure. So that's what Ben Krause has done. Dion from Bloemfontein will have a look. I'm sure the players always feel, Gareth, that if the referee's right on the spot, he's the best man to see.
And it's a great indicator. They're all trudging back over the halfway line. And he's asked Dion van Bloemfontein the reason why he shouldn't award the try. But it was great strength by Jaime Williams to get over initially. There you see Dion Helberg holding him up around the neck, but it's a twist that comes in from Williams. Does he get the ball over the line? We're looking for downward pressure.
Well, you see how close Ben Krause is to the action. Do have an alternative view, but I think that's probably the closest we're going to come.
Well, initially Ben Krause awarded the try, and this is the angle that Dion van Bloemfontein will make his decision on.
The issue here is that as the ball is about to be placed, we lose sight of the ball. The arm that was underneath the ball there was a Shark's arm, not a Lion's arm.
The problem is that Louis Ludic has obscured the view. There you see Ben Krause initially giving the decision.
Yes, Dion?
Based on the evidence that we've got, I cannot find a reason why I should not award the try.
Zij maar award the try. So can you toekennen, Dion?
Just repeat that, Ben.
So I may award the try.
You may award the try.
Yes, you may. Okay, so I think justice has been served. It's been an interesting month with TMO decisions and Hawkeye decisions in cricket and all sorts of stuff going on. I'm always old school. When you see the referee or the umpire as close to the action as that, go with him.
100%, and it was a drive up by Jacques Buertes that popped out the side, and then it was quick hands from Butch James. Jaime Williams ran a fantastic line, used all his upper body strength, managed to swivel over and get in for his side second try of the afternoon, which has put the Sharks ahead in this contest.
Yes, for the first time in the game, the extra points are added by Butch James, and so those two scrums that the Sharks decided to take instead of kicking at goal have ended up in the 7 points they were looking for.
Jaime Williams will be delighted after, and if he starts throwing an intercept pass, he's managed to get one back for his side. He'll feel a lot more confident in this match.
James goes downtown. This is Borsov and Yankees.
Move back.
Odwin Dangani well placed.
White, yeah.
Oh dear, Yankees making a little bit of an error there. It shouldn't cost his side anything. Guy Crenier
White.
has got an educated left boot on him. And now here go the Sharks again through Charles McLeod. Taken on by Dale Chadwick. Good little offload from the loose head prop. And here he is again. Nobody tackled him, so he was within his rights to get back to his feet without releasing the ball. James to Stander. Hewitt had the ball knocked out, but it went backwards. That one, though, went forward.
Just a little bit of a lack of imagination by the Sharks on attack. And unfortunately, they're coughing the ball up in the contact situations, which is allowing the Lions to get out of trouble. Edwin Hewitt, of course, represented the Eagles and Griquas at senior level. Of course, an Uffy's boy from Pretoria. There we see the hit coming in from the Lions, and dislodging that ball out of Hewitt's hands, giving the Lions an opportunity to clear their line.
Yes, there's the Edwin Hewitt we've been speaking about, and I think you'd have had long odds at the start of the season if you'd said that in August the Sharks would have a lock combination of Marco Wenzel and Edwin Hewitt.
And of course, they're hard-working, the pairing of Hewitt and Wenzel. But what Wenzel does bring to the table is a wealth of experience, having played overseas. Applying his tide back here at the Sharks.
Referee had his whistle to his lips, but has allowed Elton Yankees to break the line. Now here goes Guy Cronje. Jacques Van Rooyen takes it to the halfway line. Here's Yankees. Mini hit hard there by Wenzel.
White.
Just a change of tactics there as Bossoff sends it down. Ndungane got plenty of time. That's a pretty good kick from the fullback, taken quickly. Here's Yankees. Yankees looks in the mood to run tonight. This is Volmink. He's already run the length of the field a couple of times to score tries. Now Bossoff. Clearly the Lions have decided that Ndungane is vulnerable. They've put a lot of ball on him. So far he has not been found wanting. Here's Yankees. Jacques Boitis is the last line of defence. He's got one man with him and he's decided to have a go. Well, look at this from the 32-year-old. He's still a spring chicken in his own mind. It's really good play from the captain of the Sharks. Great little offload from Basil to SP Murray. And here goes Basil. He's on his own. Takes it to the 22. Boitis couldn't hang on. It hasn't gone forward. SP Murray caught up with play well. That's a chance gone begging for the Sharks that was made by their captain deep inside his own 22.
Well, SP Murray just showing his class up the right-hand touchline. Unfortunately for him, just hasn't gone his way. Jacques Boitis showing fleet of foot to get around Volmink. And he managed to get the offload away. And then it was some good work by the Sharks up this grandstand touchline. Jean Dazel running over Elton Yankees. But unfortunately, they've turned over possession yet again.
Such a loyal servant. Yes, I remember that run. Of course, he didn't start every game. He was on the bench in probably 30% of them.
He's been a real standout for this franchise since joining them from the Mpumalanga Pumas in 2004.
Yes, he was one of several Puma players who were signed for the Sharks at the same time.
White 9. Yes.
Force off back to Currie, trying to find some space out wide. Here's Dion Helbert. Good little pass back. And that's Yankees getting involved with that. Looked like a high tackle from Odwin Dungani. Referee has called it. Jakub Kriel makes it available on the deck. Now the Lions have got some numbers out to the left, but they decide through Boshoff to take it over the halfway line down the middle. Is Jacques van Rooyen.
Let new advantage as well.
The box kick is one for Fulmink to chase. I think the referee has decided Fulmink was in front of the kick.
Rodwin Dungani could be in a heap of trouble here. It was a harsh shot on Elton Yankees.
What was that number?
It's 15 black. My opinion is that he's
We suspect that that is the result of that high hit.
Because it certainly is dangerous. It's just a matter of the magnitude. So I think we need to go upstairs.
Dion, can you hear me?
Navin?
With some foul play over here, I think it was 15 black. Can you please have a look and advise, please?
Okay.
Thank you.
Once again, Stuart Berry offering his advice as senior man.
Behalve vir daai, nommer 4 wat daar afgeval het op die grond. Ons sou kyk vir voordeel, so onthou ons het gepraat voor die term die man op die voet te hou.
Here's Dungani, the swinging arm just coming around the shoulders and catching Yankees around the neck. So it's touch and go whether he's going to get away with not spending 10 minutes in the sin bin.
Ja, vind nie so bly.
Oh, doesn't look good for Odwin Dungani. I think he could be in trouble here.
Yes, Dion.
I can confirm the following. The tackle was high and dangerous.
Okay, high and dangerous, that sounds to me like a penalty yellow.
Confirm that.
Okay, thank you. So a penalty yellow, 15 black. 15 black, please.
Odwin Dungani will have seen some of that on the big screen here at Growth Point Kings Park, and I think he knows he's in trouble. Pretty spotless record in the game. Hasn't had too many yellow cards.
Tackle started over here was high and dangerous, so we're going yellow. Okay. Yeah, that was high and dangerous, we're going yellow. My card fell out of my pocket.
Ah, there we go. The spare yellow card has arrived. Might be a bus pass for all we know. We shouldn't make light of it. Odwin Dungani's been a naughty boy. He's going to serve 10 minutes. We'll see him again in the second half.
Dangerous.
Well, I remember a few years ago, Andre Watson's cards fell out of his pocket and Barley Swart gave the red card to Andre Watson, and of course he earned himself an early shower to Barley. It was a step by Yankees that just caught Dungani, a reflex action, unfortunately slipped off the shoulders and into his jaw and around the neck area, and deemed dangerous by both the TMO and referee. And the Sharks will have to forage hard with a man in the bin.
Last 3 minutes of the half then. It'll be 15 against 14. Basic error made by the hooker Poseidon Hope there.
Let's come down. 9 joined the line out before the ball was thrown in. Gentlemen, you can't join into the lineup before the ball is left to throw his hand. Is that okay?
Okay, so technical error. Can't really blame the hooker for that.
This is one area of the game the Sharks have been dominant at. Vian Herbst has been a standout, giving Jacques van Rooyen a torrid time at scrum time.
Crouch.
Of course, the IRB have introduced these new scrum laws
Bind.
with a pre-bind.
Set. Stay there. Yes, 9.
And it's a good shove from the Lions. Sharks will be a bit embarrassed about this, having decided to take the penalty. And Vovo forced to put it on the boot, and it is out on the full.
What's due?
Well, Awazi and Vovo just overcooking that one.
Same goal.
And it's the last opportunity for the Lions to get points in this first half.
Open up quicker.
It's a half that they led for a long, long time. Derek Minnie takes, nobody in front of him. Good tackle from McLeod, but a great little offload as well. Quickly available for Sadenhout. Tackled by Wenzel. And it looks as if that ball's been ripped away by the Sharks on the ground. Yeah, Sean McLeod has it.
Backwards.
Oh, the charge down from Minnie. Minnie's got it back. Battling to drive over the line. Very, very close. The penalty, though.
7. You were on the ground and you stood up with it. You were on the ground tackled and you stood up with it. Holding on 7.
Oh, Derek Minnie thought that Christmas had come early there when the ball reappeared.
A frenetic end to this first half. Derek Minnie thought he was in for his side's third try of the afternoon, but unfortunately being penalised for standing up once he had been held on the ground by the tackle player.
That blood you see on his nose is an old war wound that gets opened up in every game. Taken by Buertas. Sharks will just look to get this ball off the field after the hooter. Yep, Sean McLeod does the needful, and that is the break then. It's been a fast and furious game, particularly in the first 25 minutes. Jaime Williams on your picture there has scored a try on ABSA Currie Cup debut. Anthony Fulming going into the tunnel got 2 for the Lions, and it is the Sharks who lead this ABSA Currie Cup Premier Division encounter at the break by 20 points to 17, but in the first 7 minutes of the second half, the Lions will have the extra man with Odwa and Ngani sitting in the sin bin right now. So there we go at the break. It is the Sharks leading the MTN Golden Lions at Growth Point Kings Park by 20 points to 17.
Standard SMS rate supply. Bundling things together does pay. Enjoy the convenience and rewards of having kept all your accounts in one place with a Platinum Value Bundle and Platinum Banking.
So Jean Dazel doing his bit with the chessboard for the Sharks. Fantastic video. Go and find it online, by the way, and add it to your Facebook profile. Jean Dazel saving Jean playing chess for the Sharks. Now, everybody, while we have a moment, we're going to recognise the contribution that has been made to the game of rugby in KwaZulu-Natal by the company Still. Now, for those of you that are regulars here, you'll know that Still has been regularly on the field. They've been contributing to club rugby in KwaZulu-Natal for 15 years. And that process continues right now. I'm going to invite Graham McKenzie, the president of KwaZulu-Natal, to lead the delegation onto the field. Along with him, the very familiar figure of Hayden Hutton, who's the MD of Still. It's good to have him back here. It's always a good sign that he's being serious about the ongoing commitment of Still. Now, Still at the moment are committing to the international coach and player exchange. And they're handing over a cheque to the value of 28,500 Rand. And with us at the moment is Quentin Reynolds, who's the development man at the KZNRU. Visa Makonwezi, who is one of the exchange coaches. And Nsika Yonzidaka, who's one of the exchange players. And they are taking delivery on behalf of the whole setup here at KZN of 28,500 Rand from Still. So to Hayden Hutton and the people at Still, let's give them a big round of applause. Without this kind of support, rugby would not be where it is in this province. Fantastic contribution being made by Still to the ongoing development of the game of rugby in KwaZulu-Natal. Big thanks to Hayden Hutton and his team. Now then, everybody, talking about club rugby in this province, the Castle Murray Cup moves into big time on Saturday. Have a look at the big screen right now, because there are some epic fixtures in the first round of the Castle Murray Cup this year. Get out there and support club rugby. It really is good fun. Great way to spend your Saturday afternoon. And you'll be supporting the nursery of the Sharks in this province. So all the fixtures up on the big screen right now. Support your favourite club and keep track of what is happening in the Castle Murray Cup as it moves into its later rounds. Castle once again providing the goodies with our beer giveaway. They've been running a terrific competition here. Castle Barfridge going to one lucky winner, along with a substantial supply of Castle Grant. Lucky winner today is
Welcome back to Growth Point Kings Park. The Sharks leading the MTN Golden Lions at the half-time break in this ABSA Currie Cup Premier Division clash by 20 points to 17. Entertaining first half, lots of errors. This was probably the best moment. Anthony Folmink picking up the ball from the pass from Marnich Bossoff and running the length of the field to score. And that was in the 10th minute of the game, and he ended up just had one man to beat, and that was Butch James. The Sharks were on the attack in the top corner. They had nobody left at home, and Folmink needed no second invitation. That was the first of 2 tries for Folmink, and the second one coming from the halfway line. Heimer Williams with the floated pass, and Folmink read it perfectly. His second try coming in the 18th minute, and at that stage the Lions led by 17 points to 6. It was looking a little bit like one-way traffic, but the Sharks found a way back into the game. They scored 2 tries of their own. The first one coming from flank forward Brainard Stander. Just 3 minutes after that, Folmink's second try, Stander rolling backwards over the line and scoring a good try. That was converted by Butch James to make it 17-13, and this was the go-ahead score, with Jean Daisel popping up the pass to Butch James, and then Heimer Williams making up for that intercept pass that he threw by getting across the line and scoring a try on debut. That was also converted by Butch James, and that gave the Sharks a 20 points to 17 lead at the break. Let's have a look at some of the details of that first half, with the turnovers pretty even Stevens, and the tackles made, just a few more made by the Sharks, by the Lions rather than the Sharks. But look at the possession. The Sharks have had lots of ball, and they will probably feel they haven't done enough with it. Points scored from visits to the opponent's 22 is an interesting stat, 17 each. And the Sharks have taken the ball through 5 phases on 3 occasions. And they're winning the Rucks and Mauls by 43 to 27. Don't forget, tomorrow, the Castle Lager Rugby Championship for 2013 begins. And it's Bledisloe Cup action, Australia against New Zealand. That game kicking off at 11:30. And it is, of course, Nelson Mandela Sport and Culture Day here in South Africa. The SA Masters will be on your screens. A game of soccer against the Italy Legends, and then Bafana against Burkina Faso, and followed by the Springboks against the Pumas. After this game at 7 o'clock, it's the Blue Bulls against Crickets. And tomorrow, straight after the Test match, we will be going down to Newlands, where Western Province will play against the Free State Cheetahs.
Yeah.
superfan of the protein, the Springboks and the fun of the fun. It all comes together in the car.
Welcome back to Growth Point Kings Park. It is the Sharks who lead the MTN Golden Lions by 20 points to 17. A couple of tries each in the first half, and we can now go down to Gareth, who is with Brad McLeod-Henderson.
Okay, Brad, if you first off, but finished nicely there.
Yeah, we got off to a bit of a slow start. We probably let them in for 2 soft tries, but the boys have come back well.
Second off, what will the tactic be against this Lions side?
Obviously, just keep alert, make sure that we keep an eye on them. As we see, they can attack from anywhere. Make our tackles, keep the pressure on them, and hopefully the second half goes like the last 20 of the first half went.
There we go, Brad McLeod-Henderson in his second game as coach of the ABSA Currie Cup side, under the tutelage of Brendan Fenter and being assisted by Sean Everett. So the second half about to get underway. The Sharks will be playing from right to left on your screens. And the Lions will have an extra man in this second half for the first 7 minutes. Odwin Dungani is in the Sidmin for the Sharks. Here's John Daisel, very much the best player for the Sharks in the first half, and alongside him Brainerd Stander,
Right, let's go.
the two flank forwards getting through an immense amount of work. The Yankees is going to have a little bit of a shiner in the morning, and that's the result of that tackle from Odwin Dungani. And there is Odwin going back to the
Captain White, ready?
Second half underway. Yankees hoist the ball high. Well taken in by Butch James. Willie Britts thinking about the quick one. Decides against it. SP Murray with the left-footed kick. Making his debut for the Sharks today, 23 years old, went to Pile Boys High. And played Super Rugby for the Kings earlier this season. Here's Guy Crinier. Yankees good stepping in midfield there from Robert De Bruyn. And CJ van der Linde is on for the Lions. He's taken the place of Jacques van Rooyen at loosehead. And we've got a scrum coming up, so we'll actually see whether CJ's gone into tight or loose. There he is, actually receiving the pass. It's gone forward. Gareth Wright's back.
Yeah, CJ van der Linde, 75 tests under the belt.
We got the commitment, guys.
He brings a wealth of experience. And the Lions battled in that front row early on in that opening half.
Yes, and obviously that early change is an attempt to rectify the problem. There's
Okay, let's get ready.
CJ from a pupil of Grey College in Bloemfontein and began life with the Cheetahs
We're going to
in
slightly
senior
closer than
rugby,
first off, please, sir. Okay?
as so many do.
No, closer. We're too far. Closer, please.
So can
There, ball, you
confirm
move.
that
Thank you.
CJ
On the
has
outside.
slotted in at loose head. He
Crouch.
can play both sides, of course.
Let's stand. Too far. I want to close it ear to ear. Ear to ear. That's what we said before the time.
Well, a nice blind side to work with here, the Sharks. Sean McLeod is lightning quick off the base of the scrum.
Let's go here. That's much better.
And look for an 8-9-14 move
Thank you.
from this midfield
Crouch.
scrum.
Bind. Set.
Gone down.
Well, Andy, we touched on the fact that the RB have made these new laws at scrum time. But what does concern me as a South African, being the front runners in scrummaging play, we have nobody representing South Africa on the board and nobody from Argentina.
You said a lot there. Yes, I mean, if you look back at the last 25 years, where have the real destructive scrummers come from? Argentina, number one. South Africa have had their fair share. And that ball nearly went right through the tunnel, and Jacques Wouters did well to rescue matters at the back. Here goes McLeod. John Daisel gripping the ball and continuing the movement. They need to just come in field from where they are. Here's Kyle Cooper. He's probably got another 10 minutes left before Craig Burden comes on as the super sub. That ball has gone forward. Just to go back to what you were talking about, because we're about to have another scrum. The first real revamp, crouch, touch, pause, engage, we did have a representative. It was none other than Ian McIntosh.
And subsequent to that, we have had so many good scrummages coming out of this country as well as Argentina, just involve on knocking the ball on. But what does bemuse one is the fact that the likes of Oosterrand, Robbie Kempson, all from the scrum factory in South Africa, have not been consulted at all on the new laws.
Crouch. Sit. Bind. Set.
Well, they've gone down on this side. Looked like Dale Chadwick just buckled under the pressure from Ruan Dreyer.
Well, this tactic will suit the Lions down to, won't suit the Lions at all, because forgetting that Odwa Ndungwani's in the bin, and it's just eking out the time before he gets back on the field and the Sharks to a full complement of 15 players.
Yes, I hate to say time wasting, but it looks a little suspicious, doesn't it?
Bind. Set. Wait.
It's another good hit from Ruan Dreyer. Dale Chadwick has taken strain in that scrum. Now, Guy Crenier, was there a touch on that from a Sharks player? The assistant referee Stuart Berry will tell us. Where's the arm going to go? 3, 2, 1.
Well, Odwa Ndungwani hasn't got too much long left in the sin bin.
Open up.
For that earlier high tackle on Elton Yankees.
Yes, minute and a half on my clock. All bouncing around and the Lions eventually emerging with possession. CJ Fingerlinder comes in to try and clear a couple of people around the fringe. And here's Heimer Williams. Louis Liddick. The man chasing this on the right wing is Jacques Wouters. Certainly got some toe for an old man. Taken now by SP Murray. And the trusty left boot takes play back to halfway.
This is one area of the game the Sharks have been really poor for, in my book. They're kicking out of hand, they haven't found grass, they haven't found space, and they've allowed the Lions to win that kicking duel. And shot SP Murray coming up from the Kings, educated down in the Western Cape at Paul Boys High School. He is a precocious talent, this young man.
Back on the line. Black, open up on the line. Thanks.
Change at hooker. Robbie Coetzee from Elderain is on. Yankees. Borsov finding Dion Helberg. Helberg's done well to make the ball available. The Yankees has found some space down that left-hand side. It's a good kick.
Good efficient play by the Lions. They knew they weren't going anywhere. And Alton Yankees put the ball into space. He had a mixed bag down at the Stormers earlier on this season in Super Rugby. Slowly but surely, he looks to be finding some form here in the red and white jumper.
Well, the Sharks have emerged from those 10 minutes without Olu Ndungane unscathed, leading by 2017. Cooper finds Wenzel. Trainard Stander holding it in the back. Sharks have gone nowhere with this maul. The referee was actually quite patient before calling use it to Charles McLeod. Anthony Fulming underneath the ball. Borsov got hit hard by Butch James. Here's Dion Helberg. You can see he would dearly love to run with the ball. Here's Obwin Ndungane. Should be refreshed. Oh, it's a shocker of a pass. Turnover ball, referee playing advantage for the forward pass and the knock-on. Derek Minnie. Good hands from Fulming. Here's Helberg. Lovely timing of the pass there. Little chip and chase from Jakub Kriel. Oh my word! What a try that is! Jakub Kriel, one out of the top drawer.
That is absolutely brilliant. Jakub Kriel showing 7 skills. Luke's going to have a look at the last pass, but Jakub Kriel, wonderful skill set to chip and chase. Lwazi and Volvo just showing his talent, and really he's a player for the future.
Dion Helberg.
That pass looked lateral, nothing wrong with it.
Now remember that the ball continues travelling forward with momentum. The hands have gone backwards here. It is up to the TMO to decide that moment there. It really should not be about where the ball is caught. But I have a suspicion this may be turned
Not
over.
forward, you may award the try.
Thank you.
Well done, Dion, well done. You agreed with me.
It was quick ball from the Lions, put through the hands. Helberg did well to draw and pass, and then look at the skill from Jakub Kriel. The chip and chase gathered beautifully, and he's in for the Lions' 3rd try of the afternoon.
You know, sometimes you can go for a couple of months watching backline players trying that move and failing, and you've just seen a number 6 flank do it to perfection. Now, this is the toughest kick that Yankees has had tonight.
That's a big kick it'll take the Lions out to a 4-point lead if he manages to put it between the uprights.
Good looking strike, and no, just fading. So the Sharks have decided to make a couple of changes.
Well, it was Odwa Ndungane who looked like he had pulled a hamstring on this grandstand touchline, but it was great movement of the ball through the hands, and then the finishing of Jakub Kriel, absolutely brilliant.
That was try number 3 for the Lions, one more for a bonus point. Penalty goes the way of the Sharks. Now, a successful kick at goal here would put them back in front.
Number 3, white obstruction.
But we saw them turn down 3 penalties and turn them into scrums in the first half.
Shot.
Let's see what happens here. From wide out, Jacques Wouters says we'll have a shot.
Well, Andy, Johan Ackerman will be tearing at his hair. They've just scored a brilliant try. They've managed to get ahead in this game. And now they give away a penalty in a kickable position. It really is a coach's Achilles heel. So Butch James has an opportunity to put the Sharks out in front again. Been successful with all 4 kicks at goal. But this, however, is his toughest of the afternoon.
The old boy of Maritzburg College, who are celebrating their 150th anniversary this year. And I know there's a book coming out very soon for all you college old boys around the country. James with the strike, he's got it, and the Sharks are back in front.
Here's the infringement. The tight head prop just acting
2, 3,
as a truck and trailer and being penalised by referee Ben Cross. Plethora of changes coming on for the Sharks as Craig Burden enters the fray.
Yes, and also Reynold Herber, man on your screen there. He has taken the place of Leon Herbst. And I also saw Pete Murray there. I think he's replaced Edwin Hewitt. Here's Heimer Williams.
That's fine. Tackle only, gentlemen. Tackle only. Tackle only.
Chris James looking for touch and finding it.
What a vital period of the game here for the Lions. If they are to come away with a victory this evening, they're going to have to get into a favourable field position.
Straight over the top. Difficult to see who actually claimed the ball there. The Lions have won it back. I fancy that Guy Cronier may have produced it. Willie Britz's pass has done no favours to Dylan Desfountain. And here's Yankees. Well, that's a great mark from SP Murray, showing the skills. Still a young man is SP, he's 23 years old. I remember seeing him at 19 playing for the Leopards and thinking, well, here's one for the future. And you might just say he hasn't quite made that step up yet, even though he's played Super Rugby, but he's still got plenty of time.
And of course, in the unaccustomed position of the right wing, he's generally a fullback.
Not straight.
Coming straight. Absence.
Good work by Marco Wenzel, putting pressure on that Lions line out, contesting in the air.
Gentlemen, same speech I gave to the new prisoner.
It's been an area the Lions have been poor at. They're throwing in at the line out.
If that side is yours.
So there's Robbie Kutsia, who's taken the place of Martin Besaidnote in the middle of the front row.
Same with you,
Just touching on that, that's a third line out that the Lions have lost after 53 minutes. And Johan Ackerman won't be happy with that stat.
No.
Set! Stay! There's 9.
Great line out forward in his day. Oh, there's a heel against the head for the Lions. What does the referee say here?
Ball in your position, black ball.
Billy Pritz is looking bemused. But it was a tight head, ref.
Well, it was the drive coming through by CJ van der Linde, but unfortunately for him, the Sharks still have possession to the scrum.
And closer. Crouch! Through the middle.
CJ is up against Reynold Herber for the Bulls prop forward.
That side.
32 now, and also spent some time overseas.
Good Leeds man, Reino Gerber, did well in the Premiership, and of course then had a few seasons in France as well. Well, again, the scrums have been a contentious issue. It's on the other side that the problems are being highlighted.
Guy Crenier wearing the number 9. I remember him playing fly half for the Sharks on this ground against the British Lions in 2009, when he was just 19 years old.
Moving off the mark, not supporting yourself.
Derek Minnie. Yankees fires the pass. Marnix Bosov couldn't hang on. Lawazian Volvo has it. Nobody at home for the Lions. It's a foot race. Dion Hellberg is showing some good toe, and so does Anthony Pulven. Everybody's crying for the ball in the Sharks, but eventually wiser counsel prevails, and they will have the line out.
It was a poor catch and pass by the Lions. 2 men running in one channel, but Lawazian Volvo did very well to put the ball on the boot, and then it was a foot race. Anthony Formink saving the day for the Golden Lions.
And the Sharks trying to form the drive.
And out, get back. Use it once.
It's held by Stander. A little bit of momentum, but the Lions have done well. Dennis Ryder is on at scrum half. That ball is in the air, and the Lions have won possession.
Looking at the set phases this afternoon, Andy, they've been somewhat of a mess for both sides, and possession has counted for little as they seem to turn it over at will.
CJ looks a little A now. Amongst those 75 Test caps, the World Cup winners' medal of 2007 will be paramount when he finally hangs up his boots.
Let's go.
Just having a look at the set pieces, turnovers conceded. It's 4 from the Lions and it's 5 of the Sharks, so 9 in total, 57 minutes for professional outfits. It's not really setting the bar too high.
I'm happy. You hit your shot out. Stewart, you'll have a look on that side, please. Incredible feet. Forward, forward, forward. Second. That's fine. Crouch. Outside. Higher. Bind. Sit. Wide.
Del Chadwick, it seems to me, is having a torrid time.
I want your bind longer and on the body. You anchor yourself. Is that good? Anchor yourself.
Well, of course, Craig Burden in the hooking position. He was formerly a centre and a winger at school.
Yeah, another Marisburg College boy. He went over to New Zealand to learn how to be a hooker.
Closer, gentlemen.
Came back.
Better. Crouch.
They got him up to 100 kilos, and of course he has ended up in a Springbok squad. Hasn't played in a game.
Sit. Yes, line. Don't run.
Penalty goes the way of the Lions.
There you go. Wait. 2 and 1 walking round. 2 and 1. Walking round. The ball in when it's going like that. Yeah.
Well, we had 3 games of Absa Currie Cup rugby last week. One was won by 2 points, one by 1 point, and one was a draw. And it's looking much the same in this particular encounter.
And this is the penalty
2 and 1.
Going the way of the lines.
Going around the corner.
Del Chadwick being penalised for walking around.
That's an Australian trick, isn't it?
The Wallaby coach Ian McKenzie made that his own.
Ball taken by Brits. Mini. Bouncing off Butch James. Oh, Yankees, he did very well there. He did brilliantly. Now Fulmink, he's on a hat-trick, you know. Marco Wenzel got there to try and rip the ball away. The referee said the tackler had not rolled away. Penalty to the Lions.
22 not dwelling.
Well, this is out of Elton Yankees' range. It'll be interesting to see if Monitz Boshoff comes up to take a shot at goal.
Well, that is Monitz Boshoff, but he's going to set the line out. Schooled in Nelspruit. Ah, there's Fred Selinchar, Glenwood boy, waiting to come onto the field. If he does come on, it'll be his second Currie Cup cap.
And of course, he's come through the ranks here in Durban.
9.
High hopes for that young man.
This one taken by Billy Brits. And now here goes Jakob Creel, scorer of that brilliant third try for the Lions. Yankees does well. Gets the pass away to Robert De Bruyn. Creel does well to hang on. Premier is looking for a willing ball carrier, finds one in Yankees. Yankees has a go at the gap. That was very much his trademark when he first came on the scene. Very quick from a standing start. Robert De Bruyn takes it another couple of metres.
Get back 1.
Yankees with the show of the ball. And there's a lovely pass on the inside. Monitz Boshoff, that's the bonus point try for the Lions, and it's the go-ahead. Or is it? Referee says, let's have a look. Is there a knock-on here? I don't think Monitz Boshoff believes there is.
Dion, Ben?
Yes.
As twee dinge wat ek wil hê moet kyk vir my. Try no try. Ek vir al die forward pass en 'n moontlike obstruksie.
Try no try, forward pass obstruction.
Possible, please.
Okay.
Well, we're looking for either the forward pass or obstruction, but one area that the coaching staff of the Sharks will be scratching their head is their defence, because it has been oh so porous this afternoon. Dylan Desfountain throwing that inside ball, and it looks like CJ van der Linde has taken out Piet Marais, and the pass has gone forward.
You have to ask yourself the question, would Murray have made the tackle?
Yes, Dion.
I can confirm that the player from red was in front of the ball carrier and he prevented a defender from getting to the ball carrier, and you should therefore award a penalty to black.
Okay, for obstruction.
So there we go. You called it, Gareth. And the try has been turned over, so it's not a bonus point try. It's going to be a penalty for the Sharks.
Is this part of the mark?
Right
no try, gentlemen.
Right
obstruction. Obstruction.
Yeah, Monitz Boshoff probably won't know where it happened.
One thing about the Sharks, they look laboured on defence. They're not getting off the line, they're not counter-rucking, and they're not contesting the ball on the floor, which is enabling this Lions side to run at them at will. Yankees threw the cutout ball, and watch CJ van der Linde. He had the presence of mind to turn his back, which opened the hole up for Monitz Boshoff. Being penalised.
Craig Burden finding Wenzel. Coolest Reiner. There's the error from Dion Helberg. He has to scamper back. He's got Boshoff with him, but he's going to take it himself. And he's just thrown the ball straight at Jaime Williams, and suddenly it opens up. SP Murray goes through the middle. Who's going to get there first? It is Fulmink. can only imagine that Hymer Williams called pass and received the ball as an early Christmas present.
Well, Dion Hellberg did brilliantly well to evade at least 3 or 4 defenders, but then threw a ridiculous pass into the hands of Hymer Williams. Luckily for him, he's managed to get out of jail.
Here's Kubus Reiner.
Keep moving, keep moving.
He's replaced Sean McLeod, who's had a reasonably impressive outing for the Sharks tonight. Here's Fulnick. Lovely feet from the Boolander.
Back up, Black, back up, Black! Run out!
Borsov standing in the fly half channel. And Jakub Ntondera is now on for the Sharks in the last line of defence. You will have seen his old school Otanikwa on your screens last Saturday.
And of course, they've had a stellar season down there in the Southern Cape, having only lost 1 game to the perennial frontrunners, Paul Jim.
Derek Minnie standing next to Hugo Kloppers. And it is Kloppers who takes... Jakub Kriel took out a member of the defence before releasing the pass. Currie sending it out. Great hands there from Yankees. Great little offload as well. Just 15 metres short the lines. They're hunting another try. Here goes Kloppers. He couldn't quite get the pass away to the man flying on the left wing. Now it's the captain, Minnie. Cronier, Yankees. Sharks, I think, have been caught offside.
Robbie Kutsia got absolutely smashed for his effort, but they've won a penalty right in front.
Tackle and play without the ball, number 7. Please sort the discipline up, please.
Yeah, you mentioned the penalty in front. They'd be absolutely crazy if they don't take the points here.
But what's got the Lions into this position is the fact that Elton Yankees is running at the opposition. He's keeping them flat-footed on defence, and he's creating havoc and just causing a little bit of doubt in and amongst that 3/4 line of the Sharks.
I think there'll be a few Stormers fans wondering where he was during Super Rugby, because I'd noticed the same as you. This is much closer to the old Elton Yankees.
Lee Liddick just infringing, coming offside there. And as soon as he does that, Andy, he keeps the defenders honest. He brings his outside backs into play, and he looks in a very dangerous pivot to contend with.
There's the 3 points that puts the Lions back in front. And we've got 14 minutes left in the game. Just as last week with all 3 matches, it is anybody's game. Lions are making a change at scrum half, where Tian Meyer has come on. And Warwick Tecklenburg is on, wearing number 19 as well. He's replaced Jakub Kriel, who's had another fine game.
Out. Take him back.
Downtown from Selinha, taken by Willy Brits. Oh, and Brits has gone straight through like a knife through butter. Throws the pass, and the referee says it's forward. Oh, and I'm not sure it was. He can't believe that call.
Well, it was the kick from Salinger, and Willy Brits all of a sudden stepped off that right foot. That porous defence of the Sharks yet again. And unfortunately for Willy Brits, that did go forward. But an area of concern in the last 13 or so minutes are the kick chase lines of the Sharks have been very poor this afternoon.
We saw Billy deep in conversation with the new scrum half Tian Meyer, who of course is a Durban boy. And here comes Tera Mtembu, 22-year-old from Dale, replaces Brainerd Stander. Also played for South Africa at sevens level.
Closer. Close. Close. Yes, to yes. And stay, keep your feet in, keep your feet in. Coach!
Salinger needs to find a bit of space, play the game in the right area and try eke out a penalty for the Sharks.
Stay there. Trust it.
Come on. Let's go.
This is why we have microphones on referees, you know, so that we can hear the front rows chatting.
To me.
Let's go, boys.
Up on the shoulder. Crouch.
It was in my place.
Ear to ear. Bind. Sit. Yes. Straight. No, that's not credible.
Not straight.
Credible feed.
From Kobus Reinach. Turnover ball for the Lions.
On your feet.
The Yankees. Borsov. Good aggressive defence from the Sharks, and they've won a penalty.
Much better defence from the Sharks. They managed to swim past the block runners, get in behind the lines and make an offensive hit, driving them backwards. And good work by the debutant centre, Haimar Williams. Just dragging Tian Meyer back was Haimar Williams. And then the line sealing off the ball. That's allowed the Sharks into a favourable position. Well, of course, Andy, last week the Sharks were in a similar position and ended up losing the game against Griquas. That psychological barrier they need to overcome this evening.
Marco Wenzel was the go-to man there. Now it's held by Tera Mtembu.
Use it, 9.
And Mtembu forced to break away. He's done well. Kobus Reinach very nearly through the hole.
Run up.
Now the Lions have to put their bodies on the line.
From behind. The 5 is from behind.
See the Lions not committing anybody.
Zalika could look for a drop goalie if he gets into the pocket.
Stay there.
Pick and drive from Reino Gerber. Here's Mtembu. Jean Deysel, he's so strong. That's a poor pass under pressure. Hopping around like a jackrabbit, SP Murray.
Stay here. Back 1.
Sharks have taken it through 10 phases, but they haven't made too much ground. Louis Ludick is hit hard. Referee will bring them back.
11 offside.
So Anthony Fulmink has been penalised for coming up too soon. Sharks have got a decision to make. They trail by 2. And they're going to kick it goal.
It's up to discipline again, please.
And they're going to kick it goal through the new man, Fred Selingar.
Here we see Fulmink out the blocks too soon. Been penalised for being offside. But he's had a good game as the left winger for the Lions. He reminds me a lot of Ashwin Willemse. He's got the same sort of explosive power. He's got a great feel for this game.
Now this lad broke his leg, I seem to recall, playing for Glenwood against Maritzburg College, a game that we televised, and therefore missed Craven Week. couple of seasons ago. But we were told at the time, if this lad comes back, watch out. He has just put the Sharks back into the lead. We've got 8 minutes left and it is anybody's game.
And again, another quality game showing that the strength versus strength format is the way forward in the Currie Cup. 50 points plus this evening.
Let's go. In the middle.
As you mentioned, it's anybody's game.
Yankees hoists. Reiner. Warsaw.
Keep on moving.
Yankees looking for space. Back there is Jacques Bourtis and here's Jaco Fontonda. They're the product of the Sharks Academy. And it's a bit of aerial ping-pong at the moment. Neither side wanting to make the error. Taken by Sailing Carr. Willie Britz is tracking it. Great kick.
That's the area of the field the Sharks want to be playing the last few minutes of the game in.
Been taken quickly. Derek Minnie has it for the Lions. Sharks. They were looking for Anthony Formic on the left wing. Murray snuck in from nowhere, and that is try number 3 for the Sharks.
The second debut try, this time the try scorer.
On debut.
Well, the Lions throwing the ball around from inside their own half, and SP Murray, like a thief in the night, pilfered it up the air. And he's got it for his score under the bar. And if Salinger can convert this, it'll put the Sharks out to an 8-point lead.
Yes, and they've never been this far ahead in the entire game. Sailing Carr has indeed converted. And now, almost for the first time in the game, you feel that the Lions have got to find something.
Well, it was a quick restart thrown in by Willie Britz, taken up the belly of the field by Derek Minnie. And Elton Yankees chose to run the ball, but it was the floated pass that found its way into the hands of SP Murray, showing his delight as he goes in for his debut try for the Sharks.
Jaco Fontonda finding touch now. Of course, SP Murray wouldn't be playing for the Sharks were it not for the fact that the Kings lost that promotion relegation contest.
14 wide.
And you wonder how much that promotion relegation series has taken out of the Lions. They've looked flat. They did so last week, and again the second part of the second half they've looked somewhat lethargic. And all that pressure on both franchises to get a position in Super Rugby has taken its toll.
Coming back on the Sharks side, Rainer Gerber shovels it to Oazi and Volvo.
Keep on moving.
Here's Fulming. I beg your pardon. That is Crescent Laborta, who's just come onto the field. Penalty to the Sharks. So a game that the Lions have had a lot of is just slipping away from them now with 4 minutes left.
Good work by Tera Matembu on the ground. And the Lions coaching staff will be scratching their head. They held a healthy lead, and they were up by 17 points to 6 at one stage. But they have squandered that. It could end up going away from Growth Point Kings Park Stadium with no points.
Yes, and that would be an injustice, you feel. New man is Lionel Crinier. Much travelled player, Western Province in the Bulls. Marco Wenzel takes
now you can go.
Terran Tembu has grabbed the ball, and they'll be looking to just use up some time here, the Sharks.
Okay, now you loose it back again, please. Okay, Scott, use it now, use it.
Craig Burden was told to use it, he did not, so it's turnover ball.
Use it once and use it. Static. I said use it once.
Craig Burden
and then
is
the second time
fuming.
you must come out.
He was told to use it,
Go.
and unfortunately, he's turned over possession. Sharks
Your
will
first
have to
feed.
defend for all they're worth here, as the Lions will surely throw caution to the wind and will be in search of a bonus point, a losing bonus point at that.
Just here to here. Coach! Bind!
So an 8-point lead for the Sharks,
Right nine, right.
and only 2 minutes left in the game. They should be safe, although this penalty for the Lions gives them an opportunity.
On your own and in.
Well, the best they can hope for, the Lions, is to put in a decent touch finder and try to get a penalty.
It's a super kick from Elton Yankees. It will be a Lions throw, and of course a try for them here would actually give them 2 points. One for finishing within 7, and the other one being the 4th try bonus point.
Line.
Lots of movement before the ball came in, and it wasn't the best line out, but eventually it is Yankees, who was scragged.
Roll up left.
Lions have got to parlay this into a try. CJ van der Linde rumbles up.
Stay here.
Tian Meyer sends it to Elton Yankees. Good cleaning out there by the Lions. Willie Brits hasn't gone forward. Luazi and Volvo coming in and getting involved. Now Yankees just can't get over that 10-metre line. Been going backwards and forwards between there and halfway. Derek Minnie, lovely timing of the pass. That's gone astray now, and flying through came Craig Burden. Hasn't gone forward though. Here's a chance. Fulming, giving it to Buerta. Presander Buerta is going to do it for the Lions. He's in. That's the bonus point. It's worth 2 points in all. But it is going to go upstairs.
You need to check accidental offside from the kick.
Was
from
there an
rebounding
accidental
off White
offside here?
and a player in front of the rebound from White? Go upstairs and check for accidental offside.
Dion, can you hear me?
Yeah, Ben?
Can you go and have a look right about there in the middle? There's a couple of kicks. We just want to see if there was any accidental offside, please.
I'll check that.
Thank you.
Well, this is an enormous TMO decision for the Lions in this competition. It's worth 2 log points to them.
Well, here's a kick forward by Craig Burden. They want to see an accidental offside. Goes into Elton Yankees. Willie Brits retreating back. Manages to pick up the ball. I really don't think there's anything too much in that.
Gentlemen, just wait. Just wait. No. Time is off. Just relax.
Well, those of you who understand the niceties of the laws will be debating this one. The rest of us will be waiting for the TMO. Dion from Bloemfontein.
Ben, I can confirm that the ball came off the player's foot, and the other player from red played it in front of him. Therefore, he is offside.
Will it be okay if it's a scrum?
No,
You want a
he's
penalty?
offside because it's
Penalty for offside.
exactly.
So we have penalty.
Well, the Sharks faithful let out a cheer there. You have to feel sorry for the Lions.
Well, you have to feel an injustice has been done here. And it's robbed the Lions of 2 bonus points. Will that come back to bite them later on in the competition?
20 seconds. Offside. Hey, white.
So game will restart with a penalty to the Sharks. There should be time to set the line out. So that's 2 occasions in this second half when the Lions have crossed the Sharks line and have been turned down by the TMO.
Well, all the Sharks will want to do here is just hoof it into touch, take the bonus point win.
There goes the hooter. Heimer Williams dancing his way through for the Sharks. Currie Reinach keeping it alive. John Daisel. Remember, the Sharks are also looking for a bonus point here. They don't want the game to die. Sailing car finding Jakufum Tonden. Sharks on 3 tries at the moment as Murray takes.
Release first.
They've got a pod of players on the right-hand side. The referee says there's a knock-on, and that should be the end of the game. Yes, it is. So you have to feel very sorry for the Lions. They've ended up being defeated by an 8-point margin. They'll take nothing from this game. And as you say, Gareth, that seems like an injustice.
And they led for the majority of the first half, but unfortunately they've come away with naught. And a good win for Brad McLeod, the new Sharks coach, winning this encounter 33 points to 25.
Let's take a look then at the ABSA Human Spirit celebration moment of the match.